Craving apple strudel but ditching dairy? No problem. Today on Bake Eat Review, we will show you a delicious vegan version and you won't believe how good this is. Let's start by peeling and chopping our apples. I will chop them into small cubes. I will add the apples to a bowl and then add sugar, cornstarch, and cinnamon. Cornstarch will thicken the juice from the apples when cooking. Once all the ingredients are in, I will give it a good stir and set it aside for later. I will cover my countertop, rolling pin, and pastry in flour to make it easier to roll out the pastry. I'm using store-bought pastry. Please read the ingredients because not all of them are vegan. We want to roll out the pastry so it becomes a large rectangle between 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch thick. This will be larger than our pan, but don't worry. To transfer it to our pan, I will fold it, and I've lined my pan with parchment paper. Now that I've rolled out my dough, I'm going to add my apples to the center of the pastry. I've rolled my dough a little bit longer, and that's so that I can fold the ends over and have everything encased in the pastry. Now, you don't have to do cubes. You can also just have your apples sliced. I just like to have pieces in my apple strudel. These apples are a bit wetter than normal, but that's okay. I will fold the ends first and try to round out the corners. Plant-based milk is your friend in this recipe. We will use it like a glue to hold the folded edges together. I simply brush the almond milk onto the pastry, then fold the dough on top. For the edges, I will cut both sides into strips. You can see some of the liquid will spill out, but that's okay, I'll fix that later. Again, I paint the edges with milk and then fold the strips onto each other. This will make the final product look nice. Before it goes into the oven, I will wipe away the excess liquid. One final brush of milk on top of the strudel to prevent it from browning too much, and I'll also sprinkle some demerara sugar on top. This is now ready for the oven and we'll cook it at 375 degrees for 25 minutes. Check on it towards the end to make sure it doesn't burn. This has just come out of the oven and it absolutely smells delicious. This dessert is so easy to make and is a real crowd pleaser. I think anybody would be happy, especially us vegans. For this recipe, I topped it with demerara sugar. However, you don't have to do that. You could just have it come out of the oven and sprinkle it with icing sugar, and that would make it look beautiful and wonderful to serve. The recipe is in the description below. I hope you enjoy this strudel.